89.3 FM Toledo and Lima, 88.5 FM Wasia, on the web at yeshome.com, on the SFM Android and iTunes app, and the TuneIn Radio app, and now at 89.1 FM Fremont.
Spirits on Festival coming to Kings Island finally this week, Thursday through Saturday. SFM is going to be there. One of the artists that will be performing there is Hollyn, and we have her on the air. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Good, doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And where are you at today? Are you on the road or are you at home?
No, I'm actually in Franklin, Tennessee today, so I guess home to me now. But yeah, I just got done eating some breakfast with some friends and taking the day easy, writing for an album actually today. So good day. Super
excited about that. So got some new music coming our way, huh?
Yeah, we're working on one right now, a full-length album, and we have a single coming out here in the next couple weeks. So we're excited about that, so it should be coming your way pretty soon.
Excellent. Very good. We've been playing a couple of your singles already. Well, let's go ahead and talk about them. Speaking of those, first of all, the first one that we played was the song Alone, and that featured True. Can you tell us a bit about that song?
Yeah, sure. Me and Toby Mac and my producer Brian Fowler, we wrote this song a little while ago, and basically we came from the standpoint in Psalms 51:11. It says, "Cast me not from your presence, O Lord." And of course, as Christians, we know that God will never leave us or forsake us, but we wrote this song from the perspective of someone that just keeps falling back into the same old habits, the same routine, the same kind of way of living. And we just wanted to write a song that was real and honest and basically a heart cry to the Lord saying, God, please don't leave me here alone in this situation that I've made for myself again. And so that's how the song came from, and I love it. It's one of my favorites on the EP, and thank you guys for playing it.
Yeah, no problem. And how did you get hooked up with True then on that one? We believe that's Toby Mac's son, right?
Yeah, it's Toby's son, and he's amazing producer and rapper, singer, but he has his own stuff going on right now too, and so I'm just really glad that he took the time to be a part of that song, and he killed it. It sounded great, so he's a great kid.
Once again, we're talking to Hollyn, who will be performing at Spirits on Festival later on this week at Kings Island. And then the other song that we've been playing, we got a hold of, that we've just recently put it into to regular rotation, is the song Nothing on You, which is a little bit of a throwback.
Yeah, it is for sure. Me and some guys in this group called Cobra Music Group, they do a lot of production for artists like Andy Mineo, Lecrae, and that whole Reach team. And we got together, and they had this track, and it was a sample of Baby Baby by Amy Grant from back in the day. And I was like, man, I have to write on that. So they had the track already, and we wrote the verses and messed around with it, and we got Nothing on You. And it's just a fun, carefree summer jam, and I love it. It's one of the ones I love to listen to. So, yeah, thank you guys for playing that one, too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Once again, we're talking to Hollyn, and you have an interesting kind of musical journey. So, for those of us who are still getting to know you and know your music, give us your background. I understand that you're from Waverly, Ohio, correct?
Yes, I'm from Waverly.
Which is about an hour south of the Columbus area.
Right. Yeah, I grew up in Chillicothe, Ohio, actually, and moved to Waverly when I was about nine years old, and lived there up until about a year and a half ago, and then I moved to Nashville, and I actually got started in music when I was about 9 years old, and I grew up singing way before that, but I started traveling and going to different churches and festivals and entered some competitions and was in several groups and youth bands and all that kind of stuff, and did my own thing there for a while. And I really felt like God was calling me to do Christian music just about a couple years ago. And it's ironic to me because I feel like Christian music, when you say that, a lot of people sometimes can have this idea of what that sounds like or what that is. And I wanted to kind of step outside of that box and be a kind of a voice for my generation and just people, all around people, I guess, not just people my age, but we're trying to create a unique sound and something that is genuine and honest and real in my music. And I also was on American Idol about 4 years ago, and that whole scenario led me to work with Toby Mac, a guy from Chill Coffee. He used to play drums with Toby back in the day, and he linked us up after that went down, and I met Toby at a Winter Jam show, actually, in Cincinnati. And so that's how we all got connected, and it's just been a crazy, crazy ride ever since.
Once again, we're talking to Hollyn, who will be at Spirit Sound Festival later on this week. Yeah, it's interesting to see how many ties that Toby has here to this area, because there's even ties with Avery, Michigan, and Lansing, Michigan as well. So it's really neat how that's come back full circle. You know, we kind of consider you a bit local too. I mean, you're in the same state, so hey.
Yeah, I know. That's how I feel. I mean, I grew up going to Kings Island and in the area a lot. I mean, Cincinnati and Columbus. I played sports a lot, so we would travel and do all kinds of stuff. So it's really an honor to come back and see familiar faces and be in my home state. So I'm excited to be there.
We're absolutely excited to have you there. And so, all right, you've been to Kings Island. So do you consider yourself, you know, like a thrill ride girl, or are you a little bit more low key? How do you handle that when you go to a place like that?
Oh, man. When I was growing up, I hated roller coasters. I loved, up until 4 years ago, I would still go to the mini kid world and ride the biggest coaster they had there, because I just hated roller coasters. And one of my friends just forced me on one about 4 years ago. And when I went on it, I was like, oh man, what have I been missing out on? And so I'm now an adrenaline junkie. And we have a whole bunch of shows in theme parks all across the nation. We just got back from one in Canada, and me and some of the girls that were there, we just went and rode roller coasters all day. So I'm excited to be there next week.
Well, being from Ohio, then we've got to ask you this question. Have you ever been to Cedar Point?
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Of course. I love it there. I rode the Top Thrill Dragster a couple years ago. Me and my family went up there and spent the weekend, and it was amazing. I love it.
Once again, we're talking to Hollyn, who's going to be part of Spirit Sound Festival this year, and it is coming this Thursday through Saturday. And you get to play with a lot of different people. So maybe who are some of your favorite artists that you're going to be able to play with this coming week?
Oh, wow. Man, I'm really excited. I mean, Toby, of course, is going to be there. I know a lot of different people in the lineup. Who all else is going to be there?
Okay, let's see here. Look at we've got the concert schedule in front of us. Okay, so I'm not sure who's performing which day, but on the lineup we've got Casting Crowns, Jeremy Camp, Andy Mineo.
Oh, yeah, Andy, okay.
Yep, your boy Toby.
I don't know exactly who all was going to be on the day that I was there, so I didn't know who I was going to get to be with. But, oh, man, yeah, of course, those are all amazing people. I love them, grew up listening to them, and I love Andy, man. He's amazing. So I'll be stoked to see all of those guys.
Let's see, who else do we have? We have for King and Country, Crowder, and Red.
Okay. Okay, sweet. Yeah. King Country and Crowder, man, we've been doing a lot of shows with them recently. We were in Europe a couple weeks ago, and they they were with us for a lot of the shows that we did. And they're amazing people. Their teams are awesome, and so I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a great lineup. That's an amazing lineup.
Yeah, really amazing lineup. So, well, this leads to another question then. If you could collab with anybody, I mean, obviously you've done so with True. I imagine you've done some stuff with Toby as well, even if it's just messing around in the studio. But if you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
Mainstream or in the Christian world?
Either one, yeah. And why?
Why?
Yeah.
I would probably, honestly, collaborate with Justin Timberlake, because I think he's such a classy guy, and he's always reinvented himself, but he stayed true to his artistry and who he is over the years. And we know, I know a lot of people in Franklin that that are close with him, and he actually just moved down here, and so I guess I could say that we're neighbors in a sense. I like to think that, but that's not really true. But I just really like him. I've always been a fan of him, but he's probably one of my favorite artists. He's really inspiring to me, so probably Justin.
All right. We are talking to Hollyn, and she's going to be part of Spirits On Festival, which is coming up this week. You had talked about new music. I mean, can you delve in or give us any information, or is that still kind of hush-hush right now as far as, like, working on the new album?
Well,
without getting you in trouble. We're not going to get you in trouble.
No. You're not getting me in trouble. Actually, I am playing a 40-minute set at Kings Island, and I think, don't quote me on this, but I think that we're going to put in a few new songs for you guys off of the album and the brand new single that we're dropping here in a couple weeks. I think I'm going to be playing that, and so we're really excited to show you guys just a hint of what this album's going to be like. It's very, very unique and different from a lot of stuff out there right now, and so I'm excited. I think it's really gonna show people the direction my artistry is headed in, and we're really excited to get it out to you guys and see what y'all think.
Awesome. Once again, we were talking to Hollyn, going to be at Spirits On Festival this week. Hey, if people wanted to get to know you better, know your music better, where are you at on social media?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and both of those handles are at I Am Hollyn. You can also find me on Facebook. I do a lot of live videos there at shows and all kinds of stuff, and then I'm on YouTube as well. I also have Snapchat, I Am Hollyn. You can find me all those places, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time out of your schedule to say hello to us and let us get to know you a little bit better. And we've got some staff that'll be down at Spirits On this whole weekend, so look forward to meeting up with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yes, FM.